All right, we're gonna call this meeting to order. We thank you all for being here. It is 6:33 according to our clock. And we start off usually with a roll call, so. Do you have a roll call ready to go? No? Yes.
I'll take care of it, Nicole. Commissioner Jackson? Commissioner Jackson? Here. Commissioner
Mojica.
Carlos, Commissioner Carlos. Commissioner Bengochea?
I'm here.
Commissioner McCormick? And Commissioner Solis, Chairman.
Present.
Thank you.
All right, so everything taken into account, is there any citizens to be heard? Right off the bat? Seeing none, then I'll move. The consent agenda, which is approval for the zoning commission meeting minutes, November 7th, 2023. Are there any addition, corrections? If none, then I ask for an approval.
Move to approve it.
And I'll have a second. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
All right.
Those opposed, motion carries. Thank you. We have two items that we need to go. New business under 4.1, public hearing on an application for a special use permit from Mark Morkowski. Close? All right. On behalf of the Archdiocese of San Antonio and Antonian High School for an SUP, special use permit, to build a new pool house and expand an existing weight room at Antonian High School at 6425 West Avenue, Castle Hills, Texas, 78213. More particularly described as CB 5005A, Block 8, Lot 1, Antonian College Prep. Is anybody here to speak on behalf of this? Sir, please come forward.
Good evening. I'm Mark Makovsky, the architect for Antonian High School. I'm also representing the Archdiocese of San Antonio for Antonian High School. And as mentioned, there's two projects that we're looking at this evening, presenting to you earlier in our application. One is a new pool house, and the other one is a weight room addition. In your package, you will see a site plan that kind of indicates where the new pool house is. If you're familiar with Antonian, there's an upper layer where the school is at. There's kind of a second tier where the existing swimming pool, field house, baseball field is at. And then there's kind of a third tier, which is where the football field and track is down by the railroad tracks. And this pool house is on that second tier adjacent to the existing pool. There is a portable pool house building there now. And our plan is to replace that portable pool house with a permanent pool house building. And it's like I said, it's in the packet. The second piece of it is adjacent to the new pool house proposal. There's an existing concrete block building that's their weight room. It's about 2,400 square feet of weight room, and they want to add about 960 square feet to that existing weight room that's adjacent to the swimming pool as well. Both of these are on the asphalt paved area, so there's no impervious cover increase. They're going to match the same architectural style that the other buildings are with the concrete block and metal roofs that are there now. And we did give you an illustration of kind of where they are in a Google image and how far away they are from the neighborhood on Fox Hall. No trees in that particular area since it's all asphalt as it is now. So that's our request, is to get a special use permit for those two projects.
So while you're here, why don't you explain to us also how you approach the community, your neighbors, with this, what you're proposing, and some of the questions that they may have. And I know we have a public hearing. So do we have anybody signed up for the public hearing at all? No. So tell us about how you introduce this to your neighbors as you go through this process.
Can I have the principal kind of address that? Because they actually had public meetings with the neighborhood on Fox Hall,
Excellent.
several meetings, and she conducted those meetings.
Good evening, council. I'm Monica Ruiz Mills, the principal of Antonian College Preparatory High School. We started meeting with our Fox Hall neighbors last summer, in the summer of 2023. And I came in as new administrator and listened to their concerns and really worked with them to just start addressing what these projects would look like. We took the feedback from them, and it was very pertinent feedback on how we were going to ensure that we weren't going to block the view with the pool house and with the weight room, as well as for future, possible renovations in the future that we could discuss and what they would like to see from our campus, and also just addressing, just the daily activities on the campus. I think that we have worked in tandem to create a partnership, and we are listening, and we are being very good neighbors, and they are outstanding neighbors, and they support our campus as well.
Good. So how many meetings totally did you have?
We had 2 in-person meetings, and we've been doing the follow-up meetings as well. This is Mr. Papich, and he is our liaison with Fox Hall.
Great. Yes, sir. Please
Yeah,
go
we had
forward.
started, Mr. Schmidt
We
was,
need your name.
Oh, I'm
and your
sorry.
address. I apologize.
Mark Papich with Antonian College Preparatory, and I'm strategic development for the high school. Okay. We started off in meeting with Mr. Schmidt, who is one of the local residents, and he kind of coordinated, or who I coordinated getting emails out to send to the community. The one thing that we did originally, there was a plan to put a building up on the parking lot. And when we got the feedback from the community, we said, okay, let's look at this and really revisit the whole package. And instead of making one large building, we took the components that were in the project and spread them down to other areas where we had space that was really outside of their view at the moment. The pool house and the weight room will be blocked by an existing batting cage. So they're all one-story buildings. They're behind the baseball batting cage, so they're not visible. And I think as in one of our meetings, they made the comment that it really doesn't concern them so much there, because they want to maintain the aspects of the rural community of their area. And we were cognizant of that in our planning as we took a look at that.
Tell us about the construction. So once you get going, if this is approved and you'll go to the council next, egress, ingress, how do you envision that?
That site is accessed from
The other side.
the other side over where you come in for Holy Spirit Sports Fields as well. There's kind of a driveway that's towards 410 and towards Aggie Park piece of it. That's our access point. Where the old tennis courts were on that second level is a big asphalt tennis court area. That's going to be the construction area, the lay down yard. Access will be off that tennis court, our entrance, I'll say to, I guess that's the south in my head, maybe, is where the access will come from. Nothing comes from Fox Hall, nothing comes from the parking lot. Nothing will be staged in their area. It's all going to come from the south side of that property.
Good. Are there any other questions?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Commissioner? Yes.
So the construction site, where you have all the materials will be hidden from Fox Hall when it's being built. Okay.
There's Fox Hall, there's a baseball field, there's a baseball batting cage, there's the pool, existing weight room, which is actually a 2-story building, only putting a 1-story addition to it. There's a field house, and then the construction site. So there's quite a few buildings between their view and where the construction site would be. These buildings are so small, most of the materials it won't be a big stockpile of anything. Kind of what gets delivered gets put up that day because of the size of these buildings. They're relatively very small. So we're anticipating no disruption on the north side of the campus. Thank you.
Skip.
With regard to the construction materials, is the exterior wall structure going to be similar to the rest of the school?
Yes, sir. Right now, what those buildings are at the bottom level is a colored CMU block. It's kind of a beige color. It's an integral color to the brick itself, to the block. So these buildings are going to be the same material as the other 2 structures that are adjacent to this site. So it
won't make
matched.
much of a change because you're replacing a building with one only slightly larger.
Right. The temporary building obviously is a wood temporary building. We're replacing that with that CMU block building with the metal roof like the rest of the buildings have in terms of material.
Do you anticipate there'll be any expansion to the after-hours use of those two buildings?
After hours use.
For rentals, just.
No more than.
We have rental, hi, Missy Smedley. I'm Facilities, Building Operations and Transportations for Antonian High School. We have rentals for the pool right now, and it would just be the exact same rentals that we have once the new pool shed goes in, the new pool house. We would not be changing any of that. We have a rentals from 4 to 9 PM.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, then at this time, the public hearing was open at 6:34. And it is 6:43. We'll close the public hearing and go to the resolution. So we have a discussion and a possible action on resolution 20240507 on an application request for the special use permit from Mark. I wrote it out for myself. Let me see. Mokowski. Excuse me, on behalf of the Archdiocese of San Antonio and Antonian High School for a special use permit to build a new pool house and expand an existing weight room at Antonian High School at 425 West Avenue, Castle Hills, Texas, 78213, more particularly described as City Block 5005A, Block 8, Lot 1, Antonian College Prep High School. Sir? County block, sorry, that's correct. I'm used to the city of San Antonio. County block. Are there any questions? Seeing none? Even though we have daughters that graduated, both Carlos and I from Antonian, 2016.
Question.
Yes, sir.
We have two folks sitting in the back who've been very attentive, but haven't said a word. And I wonder if there's anything they would like to add, or if they have any concerns about this structure.
We were concerned primarily location, which they've clarified, and 1-story or 2-story, depending on where it was located. And as I understand it, it's only replacing the temporary building with a 1-story building. And then the weight room being updated and expanded slightly.
Thank you.
All I have.
Then I need a motion.
Yes, I move that we approve the proposed draft resolution attached to the packet. Resolution number 2024-05-07.
Thank you, Mr. Mojica, second.
Second.
Jackson Beats in a second. See no other discussion. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Believe that concludes our work for today. Thank you all for spending time with us. Central graduate, it's good that you're gonna do this, but we all have our daughters there. So my class, Carlos, what year did your daughters graduate? Oh, that's right. I apologize. Mine went to Antonio in 2016.
Close to.
Thank you all. Okay, so it is 6:46 PM. I'll take a motion to adjourn this meeting.
To adjourn.
Have a motion to adjourn? Second, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Thank you all very much.